Hey guys, I know you're really eager to learn how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I'm still eager to teach you on how to play it. But before we move on, we still need to address some more posture issues. Now, if you remember how we set our instruments and got it into playing position, remember I told you to hold the viola or violin over your head, have the end button come down and touch your neck, make sure your shoulders are flat and that your shoulder rest is resting on the clavicle or the shoulder, and that not your chin, but that your jaw is resting on the chin rest. Now that we've addressed that, we need to address how exactly we hold the viola when we're playing. Now, we need to keep in mind that if we're reading music or watching a conductor, we can't just be looking down at our instrument all the time. I mean, we need to make sure that we can see the music and the conductor that's in front of us. So if the conductor is in front of me or in front of you, you want to make sure that you can see both the conductor and the music, but you don't want to be facing them like this. How awkward is that? If you were playing in front of somebody and this giant thing was in your face, I mean, it's kind of silly. Which is why we don't play that way. Nor do we play this way and pretend like nobody exists. The conductor's here, and I'm over here. Huh, who cares if you're over there? We don't want to act like that. We're not jerks, okay? Now, one thing I like to keep in mind, if the conductor here and the music stand is here, I want to make sure that I acknowledge them and that I can read the music, and I'm also staying engaged with the instrument and the audience. So, if this is a 90-degree angle, the conductor is here, and this is the angle off to your left, we want to make it 90-degree where it meets halfway in between. So, 45-degree angle is between the conductor and the music stand, and your left shoulder if you hold out your whole arm. Halfway between, 45-degree angle. That's where we want our scroll to be. So, oh, I don't care about you. Hey, conductor. Nice to see you. And then we have 45-degree angle. Yay! Okay. So now that we've got that out of the way, we need to talk about what our left hand is doing whenever we're playing. Now, a lot of times, I see people collapsing their wrists like this when they're playing. Their fingers are flat like pancakes. Their wrists are flat like pancakes. And you know what? Pancakes are tasty. But in the violin, in the string world, viola world, cello world, whatever string instrument world, we do not like pancakes, okay? You can go home and cry that you didn't get any pancakes, but we don't like flat wrists, alright? So when you're holding your instrument, we like to pretend that we are holding a cup, or we're holding a soda can or a pop can. Make sure that your fingers are nice and relaxed and they're in a natural position. Your fingers are curved, nice and round. Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it? Now, imagine playing like this, where your thumb is straight, your fingers are straight. You can't do anything. Like, you can't play these notes. Here, I mean, you can, but that's not pretty, okay? No, we want to make sure our fingers are nice and curved, and that they're forming little rectangles. So what I mean by rectangles is, your finger here is nice and straight to the floor, up and down. There's a plane going up and down from the ceiling to the floor. Our index finger or second finger, third or fourth, when we press it down, is straight up and down. And if you look, there's a nice little cave, a little hole right here that you can see whenever you're playing. So I like to say, don't smash the pancakes, or don't smash the cupcakes. Pretend there are cupcakes under your fingers, and you don't want to smash them, but keep it nice and curved. Now with your thumb, you want to make sure, if this is the inside of your thumb, this part right here, if that's the inside of your thumb, you want to make sure that it is resting right against the fingerboard. Now, it's not parallel to the fingerboard, nor is it behind the fingerboard like we think guitar players play like that. We're not a guitar player, okay? We play the viola. We're much cooler. But yes, make sure that the inside of your thumb is slightly lined up with the black line here, at the top of the black line. So remember, thumb is perpendicular to the fingerboard, and you're not smashing the cupcakes with your fingers. Remember that they're straight to the ground. And also, don't forget, remember, we still are keeping that nice body posture. Shoulders flat, chin, jaw on the chin rest, and button on the neck. Keep those fingers nice and curved like we're holding a soda pop can. And make sure that that thumb is not collapsed or straight, but that it's bent and it's across. Always make sure that your thumb is across the index finger. You never want to be too high or too low, but you always want to be straight across from it. It's the most comfortable position, is what we found. So, I promise, now we will officially learn how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, so we are in D-Do, which for viola is the 3rd string. So, if you know your string names, we'll quickly review them. They go by fifths. So if this is a C, a fifth up from C is G, G. A fifth up from there is D, D. I can't sing it, but it's there. And then this is the A string. So, I'm going to play, and you just listen for now. Sharp on that, and I do apologize. I'm also working on my technique and trying not to collapse my thumb and make sure that my fingers are curved nice and well. But even if you do that, your intonation can be bad, and I need to work and I need to practice and truly stay dedicated to working on improving my sound. So I'm sorry for my poor intonation, but don't let that discourage you from playing. Okay, so like I said, we are on the D string, and if this is Do, open string, first finger right across from the thumb is Re, second finger is Mi, with the 3rd finger right next to it is Fa. And then we have So, which is the open string. So all we need for this song is Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So. When you're plucking this at home, you will not be playing in what I call guitar position. I'm playing this in guitar position so that you can see where my fingers are. However, when you go home and you practice this, make sure that you're using the good posture. Remember, music stands here, 45-degree angle. Make sure that when you're plucking, that you're doing it like this and not in guitar position. Another thing I forgot to address earlier is what you do with your right hand. When you're plucking, we do not ever pluck in the bowing lanes, okay? We always pluck over the fingerboard. Now take your thumb and place it on the corner of your viola. And it is the corner that is closest to your body here, or closest to your nose. Okay, so it's not this corner. It's not over your left shoulder, but it's the corner over here closest to your chest. So take your thumb, place it on the edge, or the end of the fingerboard, and remember to pluck always with your index finger, using the inside being this part of the string. So when you play, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. You're making sure that that thumb is right there on the corner and you're over the fingerboards. And if you show your mom and dad, I'm sure they'll be impressed that you can play it properly. So, I just plucked Mary Had a Little Lamb, and you do not know the fingerings for it. So if you continue watching, I will teach you the right fingerings, and I will also say which strings we are playing on. Thanks for watching so far.